Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Today I will be budgeting out this week's paycheck, which is $492.30. If you are new, welcome. My name is Alex. I'm a single mom to one beautiful daughter named Savannah. She is 12 years old and I'm 32 years old, and we live in the state of Wisconsin. I'm currently saving up for a house. I'm an independent contractor. I shop and deliver groceries to customers, so if you're a gig worker, you could probably relate to my budget. My paychecks are very inconsistent, and that is why I love using the cash envelope system to help me budget out each week's paycheck, helps me stay on track, and honestly, this method has helped me save the most amount of money so far. So I hope to inspire others to try out the cash envelope system if you have not yet, or just make a budget plan in general. All right, so let's get started. So like I said, my paycheck is $492.30 this week. I will be setting aside 15% of my paycheck, which is $73.84 this week. That goes into a savings account strictly for a house. That leaves me with $418.46. After that, I need to deduct my bills. I get paid weekly, so I just figure out what my bills are weekly. This whole month, my bills are very low because I had a huge rent credit from a mistake from the last manager. So after I deduct my bills, $179, I'm left with $239.46. This week's paycheck was quite low, but luckily, since my bills are super low this month, $239 is not too bad to work with. So I am going to start off with most important categories. I like to start off with gas. I spent $25 this week, so I will be adding in $25. So I have $214 left within the budget. I am going to give myself $20. I do this every single week. I currently have $127. I have $194 left. I like to put $20 into family fun every single week. We currently have $1 left. I have $174 left within the budget. Household, I will leave blank for now. There's a list of things that I would like to get. I currently have $54, so if I do have some extra money, I might put it into there. Otherwise, I do have something else that I need to save up for. My daughter wants to do a ski club that they offer through the school. They actually go to a man-made mountain because we don't have any mountains here in Wisconsin. And there's a total of 4 trips, and it's a very costly thing for her to do. The lift ticket is $106.50, and then the snowboard rental is $110, and then a helmet is $16. So that totals to $243.62, and then I have to pay $32 for a bus to take her there and back, and then I figured $80 for food because she does need to buy dinner while she's there. So the ski club will be right after school, and then she will be bused there, and then she will have dinner there, and then they actually return home at 10:30, and this will only be 4 times on a Friday. So I figured $20 per meal will be good enough, so $80 for food. So grand total $355.62. I did tell my daughter this is a very expensive trip. She did do it last year. She was very spoiled, and my mom and her boyfriend paid for it. So I'm not going to ask them again to see if they could pay for it. They offered the last time. So she really wants to do it again. So this is something that I will need to pay for. Quite expensive, but my daughter is willing to forfeit her chore money, and then also I am going to use the money, her fun money that she gets every single week, $5, and I will go ahead and put that towards this trip because she actually doesn't know how much I give her for fun money for like out with friends and stuff. She has no idea like I budget for that, so she said that she's just willing to forfeit her chore money, which is also $5. So in total, $10 per week. So we'll see if I put the money into household or I might put money into Savannah's envelope. So I do have to pay by December 5th. So I do have some time, but that's actually a little bit less than a month. So I do need to hurry up and save for that. So I probably will put any leftover money into Savannah's envelope for the ski club. So Beauty only has $1 left, so I will go ahead and put $9 into there. I have $165 left. Clothing for Savannah and I really wanted to build up a little bit in each of our envelopes, just in case if we need something. So subtract 40, I have $125 left. Savannah's envelope, that I will leave blank for now and see how much money we have left. And then I will skip over Savannah's entertainment money for out with friends. She does currently have $44 in there, so I think I will also utilize that money for her ski club trip as well. Vehicles is at $1,365. I'm going to skip that. And time off has $873. I know I'm really big into putting money into there. However, I do put whatever I receive from taxes. I usually receive money back, usually top off these two categories with that money. So I'm not too concerned about filling those up right now. Electronics has 0. Dental and medical has 0. Birthday has 0. Gifts has 0. I'm not going to add anything in there. Christmas does still have $400. Ideally, I mean, it would be nice to put $100 more in there, but I'm going to hold off. Holidays has 0. Vacation, I will put $20 in vacation. I do this every single week to reach $1,000 at the end of the year. All right, so we have 105 left. Food, oh, just an update on food stamps and everything. So I live in Wisconsin, and our state was able to cover it. So I did receive benefits just slightly late, but it wasn't that bad. So I probably won't use this envelope, but it's really nice to have that envelope just in case. And then my daughter's wallet, she will be putting her money towards the ski club, so I won't add anything in there. So I have 105 left over. I think I will go ahead and put that into Savannah's envelope. She still has $50 in there for possibly doing basketball. So I could utilize that $50 as well. So I think when I go through my wallet and add cash, I think I will go ahead and move the $44 from fun money for Savannah into Savannah's envelope. All right, so Savannah gets the $105 that is left over. And then I'm going to just recalculate everything, just make sure all the math is mathing. All right, $239, that looks good to me. Well, that pretty much wraps up this budgeting video. If you guys would like to stick around, I will show you what I spend in a week. So I will go ahead and add that now. Hey everyone, I first did some grocery shopping at Walmart. I spent a total of $39.40. First up, frozen chicken breast, 2 things of chicken broth, 1 vegetable broth. If you can't tell, I am making chicken noodle soup for this week. This week we will only be making 1 meal because we had a lot of leftovers from last week that we will be using into this week. So we should only need 1 family size meal. If not, we might add on a couple of other items later on in the week. And then we got some snack items, a package of Ritz crackers, summer sausage, and Kobe Jack cheese. Do you guys watch 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After? The last episode, Gino was making cheese and crackers, and he used this sausage that looked like raw meat, and I don't know why, but after that I was like really grossed out. but then I was like, I really want some cheese and crackers and some sausage. And then I noticed Scooters, a coffee shop that we have here in town, has a sparkling apple float, and I really wanted to try to recreate it, so I got some ingredients for that. So I bought this vanilla bean caramel crunch ice cream, and then 7-Up, and then we have some water flavor packets. I've never put it into soda before, but instead of buying a huge thing of apple flavored like syrup, I'm gonna try to use our water flavor packets instead, and I'll keep you updated to see how that goes. And then I spent $6.48 at Aldi's. I picked up more seed-tastic bread, and then also some blue corn tortilla chips. We are still eating up the beef and veggie nachos. Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video and show you guys how I made the caramel apple floats. They turned out amazingly delicious. I do have to say I probably put too much of that flavored water packet into the soda. I did the same measurements as I would do with water, and I realized that probably wasn't a good idea because I'm mixing it in with soda, so it was a bit extra. I thought it would be okay, but next time I would recommend doing like half of a packet. And then I also think that it was overkill by putting the caramel sauce syrup in there and caramel ice cream. So I recommend, if you want to do the caramel syrup, maybe just get a plain vanilla ice cream. And then if you get the caramel ice cream, then just don't put in the caramel syrup, if that makes sense. But otherwise, it was fantastic, and I think the next time I make them again, I will just tweak it a little bit. And then my daughter and I went to Five Below. My daughter spent a total of $8.40. She got this off-brand Labubu. It's called a La Baby. She's absolutely obsessed with it. She like went into Five Below. She's like, I have to have this. So she bought this with her chore money. And then she also picked out a cute little outfit for it as well. And then I ended up spending $33.13 at Five Below. First up, I got these shower foams. One is cotton candy cupcake and the other one is gummy bear. So cute. These were $5 each. I think my daughter and I will just share these. And then I am a huge plant and flower lover. I ended up getting some more of these flower like Lego sets. I bought this one and this one. This one I'm most excited about. This one's so cute. And this one. And then there's actually a couple that I'm still on the hunt for. Let's see here. So I still want to find the crystal sunflower and the crystal rose and the crystal orchid. And I also think the morning glory one is cute as well. So I still have 4 more to find. And then lastly, I got my daughter a shirt. She begged me for it. Thank goodness she's not really too much into clothing yet, because that can really add up. But she really wanted this Stitch shirt. Feeling cute, might cause chaos across the galaxy later, IDK. So cute. She like really wanted this, so I got this for her in a medium. It's like really baggy and big, but she loves baggy t-shirts. So that is everything I got at Five Below. My daughter cracked me up because she can see me record this and she said slay. And then I also spent $25.32 on gas. And then I also bought a luggage set. I spent $118.25 on that. And then I also bought 4 storage shelves. I spent $141.45 on that. And then I also spent $27.58 on 3 video games off of Steam. I bought a mall simulator game and a cinema simulator game and Cats and Cups, which is like a barista game. It's super cute. Highly recommend the Cats and Cups game. The mall simulator and the cinema simulator were both really fun, but I just really enjoyed the Cats and Cups game the most. So this week I spent a grand total of $411.85. That is a lot more than what I typically spend. However, I bought that luggage set and the storage shelves, which I've been needing for quite some time. All right, you guys, well, that pretty much wraps up this video. Thank you so much for all of your love and support on my channel. All of those likes and all of those comments helps my channel grow. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend, and I will see you in tomorrow's video where I do the cash stuffing portion. See you guys later. Bye.